Hi ho and welcome to another Mickey's Roundtable adventure where we explore everything Disney, one themed adventure at a time. For this episode, I decided I was going to celebrate the 70th birthday of Kermit the Frog by visiting Jim Henson's boyhood hometown of Leland, Mississippi, along with the Center For Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, Georgia. You're not going to want to miss this exciting Mickey's Roundtable adventure. As a kid, excuse me, frog in my throat. As a kid, I absolutely loved the Muppet Show every single week, every single episode. Just couldn't get enough of the Muppets and the Muppet Show. I also loved a good family road trip, family vacation. We went up to the northern Minnesota every year. We went out to the Black Hills and Mount Rushmore. We were always going somewhere every year, it seemed like. So when the Muppet movie came out, the original Muppet movie, about a frog and a bear and a chicken and a pig and whatever Gonzo is, going on a cross-country road trip, I couldn't get enough of it. In the music, from the very opening shot and the very opening song, Rainbow Connection, all the way to the very end, one of my favorite all-time songs, The Magic Store.
Life's like a movie, write your own ending.
I love every second of that movie and all of the songs as well. So when I took this road trip up to Leland, Mississippi, there was only one song that was just right for this particular adventure. Moving right along in search of good times and good news. With good friends you can't lose. Could become a habit. Opportunity knocks once, let's reach out and grab it. Yeah, together we'll nab it. We'll hitchhike, bus, or yellow cabot. Moving right along, loose and fancy free. Getting there is half the fun, come share it with me. I started on Thursday, May 8th, here in Central Florida, drove about 800 miles, 12 to 13 hours to get to Leland, Mississippi. I stopped for the night, so I didn't drive all the way through. I arrived in Leland May 9th, 2025, which also happened to be the 70th anniversary of the birth of Kermit the Frog, the anniversary of his first appearance on television. Jim Henson's first television program was called Sam and Friends, and it featured a number of different puppets, including Kermit the Frog. Jim Henson was not born in Leland, Mississippi. He was born in nearby Greenville, Mississippi, September 24th, 1936. But the family had a home in Leland. Jim's father was a scientist, worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and that's where he was based. That's where they lived. That's where Jim Henson grew up. As a kid, he would play along the banks of Deer Creek. When you visit Leland today, you will find along the banks of Deer Creek the Kermit the Frog Birthplace Museum. The museum is also called the Jim Henson Delta Boyhood Exhibit. You can look up either one of those, you'll find it there. It was opened in August of 1991. It's not a very big museum, but if you are a Muppets fan, it is a definite must-see. You walk on in, and there is a display in there of Kermit the Frog playing his banjo, just like at the beginning of the Muppet movie. And then surrounding that central exhibit, there are pictures of him from his boyhood, and then other exhibits of various toys and merchandise that the museum has collected over the years. The museum hostess that was there told me that most of the items had been donated over time. It's kind of cool, a lot of really neat stuff in there, including, so this is where you start to feel old when you go to a museum and you see something in the display there that you had as a kid. First time that ever happened to me, I was at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., and my lunchbox, my $6 Million Man lunchbox that I had as a kid, was on display there. Smokey Bear Museum in Captain, New Mexico, My Smokey Bear was on the shelf there on the display. And likewise here at the Birthplace of Kermit the Frog Museum, not just one thing, but 2 or 3 things that I had as a kid, Muppet things. My brother and I had puppets, hand puppets. I had a Kermit and he had a Fozzie, or I had a Fozzie and he had a Kermit. I don't remember who had which one. Those have been lost to time, unfortunately, but they did have those in the display case there at the museum. It was really cool seeing them because I had forgotten how big they were. They were a little smaller than what I remembered. I was a kid, of course. Also in the display case, several albums that we had as kids. There was the Muppet Show 2 album. They had a couple of different Muppet Show albums. Jim Henson had produced a film called The Frog Prince, featuring Kermit the Frog and his nephew Robin.
How's that again?
They call me Sir Robin, the Brave.
Sir Robin the Brave? That's kind of a weird name for a frog, isn't it, fella?
Is it? I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't been a frog long.
We had the album when I was a kid. I had never seen the movie itself. I just listened to the album. Didn't even know what some of the characters looked like other than what they looked like on the jacket of the album. They had that one in the display case as well. And one of the really cool things about small museums that I love about small town museums, county museums, that kind of thing, is they're so much more easygoing and friendly than big, expensive, fancy places, fancy museums. I'm in there trying to shoot video through the glass of the display cases. And the hostess there, she says, "Oh yeah, you're getting a glare there. Oh yeah, just open that up and you can get a better shot." Yeah, they don't let you do that at the Smithsonian. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way. I did ask how they got the majority of their funding, and they do get the majority of their funding through donations. There's a donation box when they come in. No charge for the museum, just what you want to give. And then they've got a little gift shop just off of the main room there. And I did buy something, so hang on. Oh, yikes. Oh, my table almost went over. Oh, that's the little brochure that I got at the museum. With the Kermit the Frog there. And so anyway, so this is what I got at the gift shop. And there's my receipt. Kind of a little package opening, although I've already opened this. But so I got a patch. It's the logo for the museum, Leland, Mississippi, Birthplace of the Frog. In my head, it's always Birthplace of Kermit the Frog, but the logo is just Birthplace of the Frog. An exhibit of Jim Henson's Delta Boyhood. So it's got both names of the museum on there. So I'm going to have to sew that on my bag. So that's cool. So I got that. Just a little ways upstream from the museum along Deer Creek there, there is what they now call the Rainbow Connection Bridge. It was dedicated September 24th, 2011, which would have been Jim Henson's 75th birthday. Named, of course, for the song from the original Muppet movie, the opening song, Rainbow Connection. The Rainbow Connection Bridge is just up the way from the downtown Leland. There's a couple other museums there. If you're in Leland, you might want to check those out as well. Anyway, from there I decided, you know what, I'm not done yet. I'm not gonna just finish off with just Leland, Mississippi. Again, really cool museum if you're a Muppets fan, but there was more for me to see, so I headed to Atlanta, Georgia. Again, another overnight drive, stopped halfway through, and then made my way to the Center For Puppetry Arts in the morning. Right before they opened, I pulled on in, and it's right in Atlanta, right near downtown Atlanta. Really cool museum, especially if you're a puppetry fan, and more specifically, a Muppets fan. So you come on in and you pay your admission fee. There's a little gift shop there, and then you go on in, and there's 2 main exhibit areas. One was a temporary exhibit space, and then the other was the main exhibit space. I had gone into the temporary space first. They had various Muppets on display, and I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been, and I thought, wait, this is it? This is all they've got? It was a room probably about the size of the museum in Leland, but I didn't realize that was just the temporary exhibit space. And so I headed on over to the main exhibit space. That was divided up into two sections. One area for puppetry in general, that was pretty extensive. And then the main exhibit that I came to go see was the Jim Henson exhibit, and that was pretty good. You go on in and they start with an exhibit about Sam and Friends and Jim Henson's earliest works. And after Sam and Friends, he got into advertising and using the Muppets on various commercials. And then there was an exhibit, kind of cool, the Muppets Workshop. Every one of those Muppets are handmade, and yeah, there's some real artistry and craftsmanship. And you open up the little drawers that they have, and there's just all kinds of eyes and eyebrows and different elements that they use, that they put together to make all of the various Muppet characters. There was an area devoted to Sesame Street and all the Sesame Street Muppets that we're all familiar with. Big Bird, Ernie and Bert. Then, of course, the Muppet Show and the various Muppet movies, Great Muppet Caper, Muppets Take Manhattan, etc., etc. And then the last part of that gallery of the museum dedicated to Jim Henson was focused on Jim Henson's other works, The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, other projects like that. Kermit the Frog was first introduced to the world May 9th, 1955. Jim Henson's last performance as Kermit the Frog debuted to the world May 16th, 1991. Exactly 1 year after Jim Henson suddenly and tragically passed away May 16th, 1990, 35 years ago. At the conclusion of my Muppets road trip, I decided to stop by Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World and pay a visit to MuppetVision 3D, Jim Henson's last work. In less than a month, MuppetVision 3D at Hollywood Studios there at Walt Disney World will be closed, will be gone forever.
Gonzo?
Oh, sorry, boss. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here, and welcome to MuppetVision 3D. Now, let me show you around our...
Losing MuppetVision 3D is more than just losing a part of your childhood and nostalgia. The Muppets are more than just silly characters and goofy sketches and songs. They are all that. The Muppets are about so much more.
JKLMNOPQRS.
It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppetational. This is what we call the Muppet Show.
These are real letters. Oh, from Jim's fans. Oh, boy.
Read some.
Read it? Should I?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. It says, Dear Kermit, my cousin Diane has a pet frog, and she named him Kermit.
It's not easy being green.
Nothing out there you can't do. Yeah, even Santa Claus believes in you.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection.
Next
Won't
time,
you-
Cookie Monster is there.
Next time Cookie Monster can do it with you. I'm leaving.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, I feel very sorry that your best friend Jim died. What? Died?
Somebody out there loves you, stands up and hollers for more. You found a hole at the magic store.
Kermit thought we could.
Oh, but Robin, all we have is silly songs and whoopee cushions.
Well, maybe that's enough. Well, that's what Uncle Kermit says. Take what you got and fly with it.
Fly with it? Kermit says that?
I think he learned it from Jim.
Saying goodbye, why is it sad? Makes us remember the good times we've had.
Henson may be gone, but well, maybe he's still here, too, inside us, believing in us. If just one person believes in you. Deep enough and strong enough, believes in you.
Oh, I know we'll meet again. Not sure quite where, and I don't know just when.
You're in my heart, so until then, it's time for saying goodbye. And if 3 whole people, why not 4? And if 4 whole people, why not more? And more, and more.
That's the kind of dream that gets better the more people you share it with. And, well, I found a whole bunch of friends who have the same dream. And it kind of makes us like a family.
When Jim Henson passed away, I did cry. And this last visit to MuppetVision 3D, I'll admit I cried a little bit there as well. Before I cry here, I'm going to wrap up this video. But before I do, I want to thank the lovers, the dreamers, and you. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember, life's like a movie. Write your own ending, keep believing, keep pretending. We've done just what we've set out to do. Till next time, this has been another Mickey's Roundtable Adventure. We'll see you real soon.